Welcome to Healthy Aging Bites, your trusted source for science-backed, practical, and deeply human conversations about aging well. Whether you're 60, 65, or even 75 and beyond, this space is made just for you. Today, I want to invite you into a topic that's not entirely new, but one that deserves to be revisited, especially at this stage of life. Is turning 70 the beginning of the end for your health, or the start of something remarkably powerful, vibrant, and new? Maybe you've heard people say things like, "At this age, it doesn't matter anymore," or "Getting old is just another name for being sick." But what if I told you there's another way? That life after 60 doesn't have to be a slow decline. It can be a beautiful reawakening, a time to rebuild strength, rediscover clarity, and revive energy from the inside out. Would you be open to giving that version of life a chance? What does science say about aging and cellular health? Back in 1931, a brilliant German scientist named Dr. Otto Warburg, winner of the Nobel Prize in Medicine, made a discovery that shook the medical world. Cells don't die because of age or bacteria, they die because of a lack of oxygen. Yes, not cancer, not high blood sugar, not even your genetics. It all starts with something simple but essential: oxygen, and how well your cells are breathing. Imagine your body as a house. Your cells are the bricks. Without oxygen, those bricks begin to crumble. Over time, the walls weaken, the roof sags, and the entire structure begins to fall apart. Your cells are silently asking for help. Every day, many of us, especially as we get older, are unintentionally suffocating our own cells. Skipping breakfast and only having a cup of coffee. Eating fried meat and skipping the greens at lunch. Snacking on cookies, chips, or sugary drinks between meals. Sitting for long hours, not moving, not breathing deeply, not hydrating enough. All of these habits slowly cut off the oxygen supply to our cells. And oxygen-deprived cells are the perfect breeding ground for disease: quiet, gradual, often undetected until it's too late. A health revolution that starts with the smallest changes. Here's the good news. You don't need medications. You don't need fancy machines. You don't need to turn your life upside down. You only need to start applying 8 incredibly simple principles, and I promise your body will begin to breathe again at a cellular level, calm inflammation, sharpen your memory, brighten your skin, and most importantly, reignite your energy from within. These aren't theories from textbooks. They're real-life, science-backed steps rooted in cellular biology, nutritional healing, lifestyle shifts, and even how you breathe. And don't worry, I'm not going to talk like a lab coat-wearing doctor. I'll be sharing real stories, relatable examples, and simple actions you can take right from the comfort of your home. But before we start, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to tap like to show your support. Share it with a friend or loved one who might need it. Subscribe to Healthy Aging Bites and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next inspiring video. Every click helps us keep creating meaningful content for amazing people like you and spreads the message of vibrant, healthy aging to the world. Yes, even just one warm glass of lemon water can change everything. As we dive into the first of the 8 principles, you may be surprised to learn that something as small as drinking 1 glass of warm lemon water each morning can trigger a ripple effect of cellular healing. Sounds too simple? Let me show you the science, the stories, and the results, not from theory, but from real lives transformed. Ready to unlock a new phase of life? So tell me, what's the real secret to living longer and living better? Why can some people still climb hills, garden, and laugh like children in their 70s? And most importantly, how can you, yes you, begin that journey today? Let's take that first step together, starting with a glass of warm lemon water in the morning, in the very next segment. Because vibrant aging isn't a dream. It's a decision, and it starts right now. Principle 1. The morning elixir that wakes up your cells. Mornings are sacred. They set the tone for your entire day, not just in your mind, but deep down at the cellular level. But for many people over 60, Mornings begin the wrong way, reaching for coffee on an empty stomach, skipping hydration, maybe grabbing a dry slice of toast or sweet pastry. It's routine, but it's quietly sabotaging your cells. The first thing your body craves upon waking isn't caffeine or sugar, it's hydration. And not just any hydration. According to Dr. Otto Warburg's principles, a glass of warm water with a few drops of lemon juice first thing in the morning is one of the most effective ways to wake up your cells, gently, naturally, and powerfully. Why warm water? Because it mimics your body's internal temperature, helping to activate digestion, stimulate circulation, and prepare your organs for the day ahead. When paired with lemon juice, it helps reduce acidity in your blood, kickstarts metabolism, and makes your internal environment more oxygen-friendly. And oxygen is life. You see, your blood cells, the very carriers of oxygen, flow better in a slightly alkaline environment. But if you begin the day dehydrated, or flood your system with acidic drinks and heavy foods, you create a sluggish, acidic state that makes oxygen delivery harder. That leads to fatigue, inflammation, brain fog, and over time, chronic illness. Let me tell you about Linda, a retired nurse from Arizona. She used to start her day with strong black coffee, no breakfast, no water. She blamed her joint pain and lack of energy on just getting older. But when she replaced her morning coffee with a glass of warm lemon water, something remarkable happened. In just 3 weeks, she noticed less bloating and stiffness in the mornings, clearer thinking throughout the day, a surprising burst of natural energy she hadn't felt in years. Her words? "I realized I wasn't getting old. I was just chronically dehydrated." Now imagine you waking up tomorrow and gifting your body that same gentle awakening. A glass of water might seem small, but it's like telling every cell in your body, "I'm here, I'm listening, let's start the day right." It's not just hydration, it's a signal. It tells your digestive system to prepare. It stimulates your kidneys to filter toxins. It opens up your blood vessels so oxygen can circulate freely. Think of it as your body's first breath of fresh air, but through your stomach. And you don't need a special supplement, a trendy detox, or a fancy smoothie machine. You need a lemon, a glass of warm water, and a little consistency. For best results, use filtered or spring water warm to about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Add just a few drops of fresh lemon juice, not for flavor, but for function. Drink it on an empty stomach before you have coffee or breakfast. Wait 15-20 minutes before eating to let the body fully absorb the hydration and kickstart your systems. This simple habit can trigger a cascade of positive effects throughout your entire day and, more importantly, throughout your entire body. So tomorrow morning, before anything else, try it. Make that glass of warm lemon water your new wake-up call. Not just for your mind, but for your cells. Because when your cells breathe better, you feel better. And this is just the beginning. Principle 2. The green power that alkalizes and oxygenates your body. If water is the first breath your body takes each day, then leafy greens are its lungs. They are more than just a side dish or a decorative touch on your plate. They are the very foundation of your body's internal oxygen supply. Too often, people over 60 are told to eat more vegetables, but they're never told why it matters so much, especially when it comes to aging well. The truth is, not all vegetables are created equal, and among them, dark leafy greens like kale, spinach, arugula, and chard are in a league of their own. These greens are rich in chlorophyll, the pigment that gives plants their vibrant green color. What's incredible is that chlorophyll has a nearly identical structure to hemoglobin, the molecule in your blood that carries oxygen. The only difference? Chlorophyll contains magnesium, while hemoglobin contains iron. When you eat leafy greens, you're giving your body the raw materials it needs to build healthier blood cells, improve oxygen transport, and fight off the silent inflammation that contributes to aging, pain, fatigue, and disease. Let me share the story of Robert and Nancy, a retired couple in their early 70s from Oregon. Both were relatively healthy but felt that something was missing. They were often sluggish after meals, their skin looked dull, and Robert had recently noticed his memory wasn't as sharp as it used to be. At the suggestion of their daughter, a holistic nutritionist, they started eating a large salad every day for lunch. Not just lettuce, but real greens. Baby spinach, arugula, kale, shredded carrots, cucumbers, avocado, a little lemon juice, and olive oil. That's it. No heavy dressing. No bacon bits. Just real food. After a few weeks, Robert's focus returned. Nancy's skin began to glow. Their digestion improved. They felt lighter, clearer, younger. Why? Because leafy greens alkalize the body, meaning they help counteract the acidity caused by processed foods, excess animal protein, sugar, and stress. A slightly alkaline internal environment allows cells to absorb oxygen more efficiently and thrive. Here's what happens when you eat greens every day. Your blood becomes more balanced and less acidic. Your digestion improves, thanks to natural enzymes and fiber. Inflammation decreases. Your energy stabilizes. You feel cleaner from the inside out. Many seniors say things like, "I'm losing strength," or "I just don't feel like myself anymore." In many cases, the body isn't falling apart. It's simply starving for nutrients and oxygen. And the beauty of greens is that they're accessible, affordable, and incredibly versatile. You can steam them, blend them, juice them, toss them into soups, or eat them raw in salads. The key is, get them in your body every single day. Start small. Add a handful of spinach to your morning eggs. Toss a few kale leaves into a fruit smoothie. Swap your sandwich for a salad a few times a week. Try roasted Brussels sprouts or sautéed Swiss chard with dinner. And remember, the more color and variety, the better. Think green, red, purple, and orange. The more vibrant your plate, the more vibrant your cells. One tip: add lemon juice and a little olive oil to your greens. Not only does it enhance flavor, but the healthy fat from olive oil helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are essential for strong bones, immune function, and clear thinking. Greens aren't optional. For healthy aging, they're non-negotiable. Every time you eat a salad, you're not just doing something good for your body, you're giving your cells the exact ingredients they need to breathe better, fight harder, and last longer. So tonight, before bed, ask yourself, did I help my cells breathe today? If not, tomorrow is a brand new opportunity. And it starts with something as simple as a forkful of greens. Principle 3. Smart snacking. How tiny habits can nourish or harm your cells. Let's be honest, we all snack. Whether it's something sweet after lunch, a crunchy bite in the afternoon, or a little treat while watching television, snacking is part of daily life. And especially as we age, these small moments of eating between meals can become powerful habits for better or worse. Here's the hard truth. The snacks most people reach for are quietly sabotaging their health. Cookies, crackers, chips, sugary drinks, low-fat snack packs, even fruit-flavored yogurts. These snacks are often acid-forming, meaning they increase the acidity in your bloodstream, making it harder for your red blood cells to deliver oxygen to your tissues. Remember, cells don't thrive in acidic environments. They struggle, they suffocate, they age faster. Dr. Otto Warburg's research confirmed this. When cells are deprived of oxygen, when they live in a consistently acidic internal environment, they begin to malfunction, mutate, and die prematurely. And guess what? The wrong snacks create that environment. But this doesn't mean you need to stop snacking altogether. In fact, done right, snacking can be one of the most powerful tools for protecting your energy, stabilizing your mood, and feeding your cells between meals. Let me introduce you to Diane, a retired librarian in her late 60s living in Vermont. Diane had a habit of snacking on chocolate-covered almonds, flavored granola bars, and diet soda. She thought she was making light choices until her blood sugar spiked, her cholesterol crept up, and she started feeling foggy in the afternoons. After some nutritional coaching, Diane made just a few small changes. She swapped the candy for raw almonds, replaced granola bars with apple slices and nut butter, traded the diet soda for sparkling mineral water with a splash of lemon. The results? Her energy stabilized, her digestion improved, her mood became more balanced. Her words, "I didn't stop snacking. I just started snacking for my cells, not my cravings." So what makes a great cell-friendly snack? Raw nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, rich in magnesium and healthy fats that help reduce inflammation. Fresh fruit in moderation, especially low glycemic choices like berries, apples, or a few slices of pear. Vegetables with hummus, cucumbers, carrots, bell pepper strips. Hard-boiled eggs, a great source of clean protein without the blood sugar spike. Spirulina or chlorella tablets, a natural multivitamin from the sea. These kinds of snacks don't spike your insulin. They don't acidify your blood. Instead, they nourish your cells, support your immune system, and provide clean, sustained energy throughout the day. Here's something powerful to consider. Every snack you eat is either feeding inflammation or fighting it. There's no neutral ground. That handful of crackers may seem innocent, but if it's loaded with refined starches and oils, it's contributing to a low-oxygen, high-acid environment inside your body. That's the exact condition where chronic illness quietly grows. But when you choose almonds instead of cookies, or water with lemon instead of soda, you're sending a very different message to your body. I'm still in control, I still care, and I still have power no matter my age. And here's the beautiful part. Your body responds immediately. One better choice at a time, and your cells begin to shift toward healing. So the next time hunger strikes between meals, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I feeding a craving or feeding my health? Am I snacking for comfort or for oxygen? Because in the end, it's not about perfection, it's about consistency. It's about remembering that small choices, made regularly, build a future. And sometimes, that future begins with a handful of almonds. Move to breathe. How light daily movement keeps your cells alive. Let's pause for a moment and ask, when was the last time you really moved your body not out of duty, but out of love? As we age, it's easy to think of exercise as optional. Maybe you used to hit the gym. Maybe you walked a lot when your kids were young. Maybe you were once the active one. But somewhere along the way, aches settled in, energy dipped, and the couch felt more inviting than the sidewalk. And soon, days go by with little more than a shuffle between the kitchen and the recliner. Here's the truth. Lack of movement slowly shuts down your body's internal oxygen highway. When you're sedentary, your blood slows down. Your lymphatic system, the system responsible for detoxifying your body, becomes sluggish, and your cells don't get the fresh oxygen they need to thrive. Dr. Otto Warburg believed this with urgency. If you don't move, your body becomes acidic. And when it's acidic, it's vulnerable. But here's the good news. You don't need to run. You don't need to sweat. You just need to move consistently, gently, intentionally. Let me tell you about Frank, a 74-year-old veteran from Colorado. He'd spent years struggling with back stiffness, fatigue, and shortness of breath. His doctor encouraged him to walk 15 minutes a day. At first, Frank resisted. "I've done enough walking in my life," he said. But he gave it a shot. He started slow, just from the front porch to the mailbox and back, then around the block. A few weeks later, he was walking 20 minutes every morning, rain or shine. What changed? His back pain eased, his energy returned, his sleep improved, and most of all, he began to feel connected to his body again, like he had taken back a part of himself. Frank's not alone. Study after study shows that light daily movement, walking, stretching, gardening, tai chi, gentle yoga dramatically improves oxygen circulation, lowers inflammation, and even supports brain health. In fact, just 15 minutes a day can reduce your risk of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. When you move your body, you're not just staying active. You're quite literally shaking acidity out of your tissues. You're pumping fresh blood rich with oxygen to your brain, heart, muscles, and every cell that's quietly asking, "Please, let me breathe." And it doesn't have to be complicated. Walk in the morning sun. Stretch for 5 minutes before bed. Dance in your living room. Do gentle leg raises while seated. Take the stairs instead of the elevator even once a day. Movement is the body's natural medicine. It boosts circulation. It stimulates the lymph system. It tells your lungs, "Wake up, we need you." It tells your heart, "Keep going, I'm listening." And most importantly, it tells your cells, "You're not forgotten, I'm here, let's thrive." So, if you've been feeling tired, stiff, foggy, don't start with a gym membership. Start with your feet on the ground. Start with a walk to the mailbox. Start with a lap around the yard. Start with one movement and keep going. Because every step is a vote for your future. Principle 5. The forgotten power of deep breathing. Take a moment. Place one hand on your chest, the other on your belly. Now breathe in slowly, deeply, and ask yourself, when was the last time I truly took a full breath? If you're like most people, especially those over 60, your body's been stuck in a pattern of shallow breathing for decades. Not because you meant to, but because modern life conditioned you that way. We breathe just enough to survive, but not enough to truly thrive. Dr. Otto Warburg's research taught us that oxygen is not just a luxury, it is a requirement for cellular health. And yet, the average person only uses a fraction of their lung capacity. This means your cells are constantly running on low fuel. In big cities, where the air is heavy with pollution, stress, and noise, most of us develop tight chests and constricted lungs. The result? Less oxygen in, more carbon dioxide trapped inside, and an internal environment that's acidic, sluggish, and vulnerable to disease. But here's the beautiful part. You can change this right now, for free, with just one breath. Let me introduce you to David, a 69-year-old retired school principal from Pennsylvania. David had chronic fatigue, mild hypertension, and tension headaches every afternoon. He didn't smoke. He ate fairly well, but he was always tired. One day, after reading a book on mindful breathing, he started a new habit. Every morning, he stood by an open window and practiced 10 minutes of deep, slow breathing. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale gently through the mouth for 6 seconds. By the second week, his blood pressure was lower. His headaches were gone. His thoughts felt clearer. His words, "It felt like I turned the lights back on in my brain." That's the power of oxygen delivered intentionally, respectfully, fully. When you breathe deeply, your body releases tension, pumps more oxygen into the bloodstream, removes acidic carbon dioxide from the lungs, lowers your heart rate and blood pressure, signals your nervous system to relax and heal. This isn't meditation or mysticism, it's biology. Your breath is your direct line to your cells. It's how you say, "I'm here, I'm listening, let's reset." And the best part? You don't need to sit cross-legged on a mountain. You can do this on your porch in the morning, sitting at the kitchen table, during commercial breaks, while lying in bed, even while standing in line at the pharmacy. It only takes a few breaths to start changing your internal environment. You may not see it immediately, but your cells will. They'll receive more oxygen, they'll release more waste, they'll function more efficiently. And when your cells breathe better, you think better, sleep better, live better. So the next time life feels overwhelming, don't reach for your phone. Reach for your breath. It's the most powerful, most portable, most overlooked medicine on earth. And it's yours anytime you choose. Principle 6. Meat, your hidden ally or silent enemy. Let's talk about meat. For generations, it's been the centerpiece of the American dinner plate. From Sunday roasts to backyard burgers, meat has long been celebrated as the foundation of strength, protein, and tradition. But when it comes to healthy aging, especially after 60, how you eat meat can either fuel your cells or slowly drain their vitality. You see, the issue isn't meat itself. It's the kind of meat, the amount, and how it's prepared. Many people in their 60s and beyond still rely heavily on fried meats, processed delicates, bacon, sausage, or fast food burgers. These meats are often high in saturated fats, nitrates, sodium, and compounds called AGEs, advanced glycation end products, all of which increase inflammation, thicken the blood, and make it harder for oxygen to reach your cells. As Dr. Otto Warburg emphasized, cells that don't receive enough oxygen over time are more prone to malfunction, disease, and premature aging. The wrong kind of meat can silently suffocate your cells from within. But here's the good news. Meat, when chosen and prepared wisely, can still be part of a vibrant, oxygen-rich lifestyle. Let me share the story of Barbara, a 66-year-old retired florist from North Carolina. She was dealing with persistent bloating, joint aches, and rising cholesterol, despite eating what she called a traditional healthy diet. Her meals included fried chicken, smoked ham, and beef stews, comfort food she'd loved all her life. After consulting with a nutritionist, she made a few simple changes. Swapped fried meats for baked or steamed lean cuts. Enjoyed fish like salmon or trout twice a week. Introduced one meat-free day each week, what she called her Reset Mondays. Added more greens and fiber with each serving of meat. Within a month, Barbara's energy came back. Her digestion improved. Her knees stopped swelling. And most importantly, she didn't feel like she gave anything up. She simply learned how to eat with intention. Here's what that looks like in practice. Choose lean proteins like skinless chicken breast, turkey, wild-caught fish, or grass-fed beef. Stick to 4-6 ounces per serving, about the size of your palm. Steam, roast, bake, or slow cook instead of frying or grilling at high heat. Avoid processed meats like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, or cold cuts as often as possible. Add greens or fiber-rich veggies to every meat dish to support digestion and reduce acidity. Even more powerful? Incorporate one vegetarian or plant-based day each week. Not for ethical reasons though, that's valid, but for your own cellular recovery. This gives your digestive system a break. It reduces the acid load in your bloodstream. It allows your body to focus on healing, not just digesting. And here's something many people forget. You don't need meat at every meal to stay strong. You need oxygen-rich blood, healthy circulation, and a gut that can process what you eat. So instead of asking, "Should I stop eating meat?" ask, "How can I eat meat in a way that supports my body, not burdens it?" You're not losing anything by choosing wisely. You're gaining clarity, you're gaining energy, and you're giving your body the respect it deserves. Because every bite you take is a message. Let yours say, "I still care about what happens next." Principle 7. Hidden dangers in starchy vegetables. When healthy foods aren't helping. We've all heard it, eat your vegetables. And that's great advice in theory. But what if some of the vegetables on your plate, the ones you thought were helping your health, were actually holding you back? You see, not all vegetables are created equal, especially when it comes to oxygenation and inflammation. Certain veggies, while technically healthy, can create an internal environment that makes it harder for your cells to breathe and thrive. We're talking about starchy vegetables like white potatoes, corn, peas, and winter squash. These foods are high in carbohydrates and rapidly break down into sugar, causing your blood sugar and insulin levels to spike. This reaction leads to increased acidity in the body, inflammation, and over time reduced oxygen transport to your cells. Dr. Otto Warburg taught us that oxygen is the fuel of life, and when your blood becomes more acidic from starchy foods, your cells get less of that fuel, and disease has more room to grow. Let's meet James, a 72-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio. For years, James proudly said he ate tons of veggies, and he did big bowls of mashed potatoes, sweet corn, and canned peas with every meal. But despite his veggie intake, James was gaining weight, always tired, and struggling with prediabetes. After working with a wellness coach, he learned that those starchy vegetables were behaving more like bread than greens inside his body. He began substituting potatoes with roasted cauliflower or steamed broccoli, corn with sautéed zucchini or asparagus, canned peas with fresh bell peppers and leafy greens. Within 6 weeks, James lost 9 pounds, lowered his fasting blood sugar, and most importantly, felt awake again. He didn't stop eating vegetables. He just started choosing the right ones. Here's the key difference. Starchy vegetables are dense in carbs and have a high glycemic load. They're fine in moderation, especially after physical activity. But when eaten daily, especially by older adults who are less active, they can contribute to inflammation, fatigue, and metabolic issues. Non-starchy vegetables, on the other hand, like leafy greens, cruciferous veggies, broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cucumbers, bell peppers, celery are low in sugar, high in fiber, rich in antioxidants, and naturally alkaline. That's the ideal environment for your cells to absorb oxygen more efficiently, neutralize internal acidity, reduce chronic inflammation, improve digestion and nutrient absorption. Think of it this way. If your body is a garden, non-starchy vegetables are fresh rainwater, while starchy ones, when overused, can feel more like heavy, sticky mud. So how do you shift without stress? Start with a colorful side salad before your main meal. Roast or steam non-starchy veggies and season them with olive oil, lemon, or herbs. Aim for 2-3 cups of non-starchy vegetables daily. Enjoy starchy vegetables occasionally, not as a base for every meal. And if you're worried about flavor or satisfaction, don't be. When cooked well, non-starchy vegetables can be delicious, hearty, and deeply nourishing. The goal here isn't perfection, it's awareness. It's knowing which vegetables energize your cells and which ones quietly weigh them down. You don't need to give up potatoes forever, but you do need to give your body and your cells a chance to breathe more freely, because every forkful matters. Principle 8. The healing power of water, where life and cellular health begins. You've heard it your whole life, drink more water. But what if I told you that for those of us over 60, water isn't just important, it's foundational to every single function in your body. More than half of your body, including your muscles, brain, joints, blood, and even your bones, is made up of water. But the truth is, most older adults live in a state of chronic, low-grade dehydration and don't even realize it. Why? Because as we age, our natural thirst response diminishes. We don't feel as thirsty, even when our bodies desperately need hydration. And unfortunately, we often replace water with coffee, tea, soda, or sugary juices, none of which hydrate the body effectively. Dr. Otto Warburg once said that cells need oxygen more than anything else, but they also need water to transport it. Without enough water, blood becomes thicker, circulation slows. And guess what? Less oxygen reaches your cells. And when cells can't breathe, they begin to deteriorate. Let me share the story of Carol, a 70-year-old artist from Santa Fe. She was experiencing chronic fatigue, dry skin, mild acid reflux, and trouble focusing. Her diet was fairly clean, but something still felt off. During a health review, her coach asked a simple question: "How much water do you drink?" Carol paused. "Maybe 2 small cups and a lot of coffee." That day, she committed to a new habit: 1 glass of warm water with lemon every morning. A refillable water bottle she kept with her at all times, sipping throughout the day, especially between meals. Replacing soda and excess coffee with herbal tea or sparkling mineral water. Within 2 weeks, her acid reflux eased. Her skin glowed. She said she felt clearer, lighter, and more awake than I have in years. That's the quiet miracle of water. Water flushes toxins from your cells, improves digestion, and prevents constipation, reduces blood thickness, improving oxygen flow, protects your joints and spinal discs, keeps your brain alert and your skin soft, and balances the delicate pH of your body, making it less acidic. So, how much should you drink? Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water per day, depending on your activity level, medications, and climate. Start with a full glass first thing in the morning before coffee, before breakfast to wake up your organs, and gently rehydrate after sleep. Here are a few easy hydration habits to adopt. Keep a glass or water bottle at your bedside. Sip water before every meal, not during or after. It helps digestion. Add a slice of lemon, cucumber, or mint for variety. Set reminders if needed until it becomes second nature. And most importantly, choose water over sugary drinks. A can of soda, even diet, acidifies your body and creates stress at the cellular level. One soda can require over 30 glasses of water to neutralize the acidity it causes. Isn't it better to skip it altogether? Because when you give your body clean, simple water, not flavored, colored, caffeinated liquid distractions, you're telling your cells, I'm giving you the fuel to thrive. I haven't forgotten you. Water is where healing begins. It's not trendy, it's not flashy, it's not expensive, but it's essential. And often, it's exactly what your body has been asking for all along. So start today with a glass of warm water in your hands and a quiet promise to yourself. To hydrate with purpose, to nourish your cells, to support your life from the inside out. Final thoughts. The cellular comeback. Your next chapter starts now. If you've made it this far, let me say something important. You are not here by accident. You're here because, deep down, you know it's not too late. You know there's more life to live, more energy to feel, more clarity to regain. You're here because you still believe in your body's ability to heal, and you're right to believe that. Over the past few minutes, we've walked through 8 simple but powerful principles, each one designed not to overwhelm you, but to remind you that healing doesn't require perfection, it requires intention. Let's recap the path we've taken. A glass of warm lemon water to awaken your cells, leafy greens to bring oxygen to every corner of your body, smarter snacks to nourish, not inflame, gentle daily movement to get your oxygen flowing, deep breathing to reconnect with life's most vital rhythm, choosing meat that heals, not harms, swapping starchy vegetables for colorful, cleansing ones, drinking water like your life depends on it because it does. This isn't a diet. It's not a trend. It's not a quick fix. It's a return to something timeless, respecting the biology of life. These small daily choices are how you reclaim your vitality. They're how you tell your body, I'm still here and I'm not done yet. Because you're not. You still have stories to share, gardens to plant, laughter to offer, sunrises to witness, and people who love you, who want you around, vibrant, present, and full of life. Your age is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of a new relationship with yourselves, with your breath, with your energy, with yourself. So let me ask you, what's the first principle you're going to start with tomorrow morning? Which one speaks to your soul today? What small shift can you make right now, not next week, not someday, to help your body breathe again? Whatever it is, do it with love. And before you go, I have one small favor to ask. If this message spoke to you, if it gave you even 1 ounce of clarity or hope, please take a moment to like this video, share it with a friend, spouse, or loved one. Leave a comment below. Tell us how you're starting your journey. And don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Aging Bites and tap the bell so you never miss what's coming next. Because we're not done. We're just getting started. And the next video could be the one that keeps you going when things feel hard. Until then, drink that water, take that walk, breathe that breath. And remember, Your cells are always listening. So give them something worth hearing. We'll see you in the next video. 10.